happy Thursday. I'm just in the kids' treehouse and the dog's just taking his shit outside the window and I can smell it. So I'm going to try and be brief. Plus it's started raining now. I always pick the worst time. But I just wanted to make a video and something like touched me this morning, and I was watching with my little girl the film The Little Mermaid, not the old cartoon one, I've never even seen that, but the new one, and I wasn't really taking it properly in because I was busying about. But as I walked past the TV, I heard this line which I wrote down. I don't need to read it. You believe what you want and I'll believe what I want. And it seemed to like turn up as I went past, and I looked at the TV and it was this beautiful moment where this little girl's saying to this man, you know, basically don't piss on my bonfire, you know, in the most beautiful way. Like, you believe what you want and I'll believe what I want, and it shouldn't affect anything. And that's kind of the energy that I'm trying to remember and to pull in, you know, that energy of neutrality, where your belief and your faith is so personal and so deep and so true to you that it's unwavering faith, and you're no longer affected, or you're making steps to become less affected by having those beliefs questioned, you know. I feel like what I observe always teaches me lots, and again, I get my lessons very quickly after thinking about things, or usually after speaking it into existence, doing these videos, and I'll get, you know, a handful of reflections back in the 3D in the form of conversation or events, or, you know, family drama, or, you know, a parking ticket or whatever. And it's really interesting how it all plays out. But anyway, from what I observe, there's still just so much of the energy of vomiting our own truth, pushing our truth onto others, and I'm guilty of it as well. Thank God I'm lucky enough not to be pulled into the online world of this. Like, I do my own videos on here because I've got my own opinion and my own voice that I really need to share. My soul needs to speak, and so I do this, but I don't use any other social media platform, and I've not had a Facebook account for 2 years, and I can't tell you how much freedom that gave me, how much detachment from entanglement, energetic entanglements, and that was just through observing, you know, friends and family's posts on Facebook. That wasn't taken into the dynamic of somebody who's a sharer, you know, on Facebook, or uses memes or videos or shares things or whatever to, you know, to portray their own emotions. It's always felt really strange to me. So it removed me. Anyway, I was going to go into that a bit deeper, but then I'd be, you know, hypocritical, because what I'm trying to say is that there seems to be a lack of integrity and processing before the reactive projection of one's own truth and beliefs. So I observe this going on, and I think to myself, how ironic that all this sort of distraction and mindfuckery goes on in communities where we're supposed to be more awake and aware, you know. But it's interesting nonetheless, and it's deep programming that we're all attempting to remove in order to ascend our souls, however we want to label it. And I was just thinking, you know, just the world just needs more of that attitude, don't they? You know, just you, and not in a underhand malicious way, you know, like, you believe what you want and I believe what I want, and therefore I'm this, you're that, and we're against. It's not that. It's, you believe what you want and I believe what I want, and, you know, that's with mutual respect and neutrality, and it's lovely. I really like that. I'm still detaching myself from many of my own entanglements, really deep ones, you know, deep sort of judgments or prejudices, or just deep layers of my own formed opinion, you know, that I'm sort of melting and reforming. So it's really super interesting. Anyway, we just get so rattled by each other's beliefs that it's silly. It's showing us imbalance in our own self if we feel the need to pour our own truth onto others at any given opportunity. I notice I still do that, you know. I've got one person who I'm close to, who I can talk about most things with, and I still find that I still can't help myself sometimes, you know, from pushing it a little bit, you know, with my own truth and my own opinion. I'm still quite forceful in some ways, even though, you know, I'm not. Yeah, so, you know, I'm not there myself. I'm just noticing this all round, and so it feels to me like the whole point is to get okay with your own faith and belief, whatever that may be. Everybody's is different. I think there's one love, one light, one truth, one source, one God, and there's many ways to the light. There's many paths to the light. There's an infinite number of ways to the light, and the one light is interpreted in infinite ways. So we really needn't be in these silly, you know, psychic battles with ourselves and others. So yeah, I'm continuing to detach myself from entanglement. It feels good. I just noticed within this last half an hour, because I was trying to do a video and it kept going wrong, and I was so serious, and then I had a little joint and fucking cheered up 20-fold. Like, I was just laughing at the ridiculousness of how serious I am sometimes, you know, and my whole body's killing. Like, I'm on day 3 of like serious body aches. God knows what's going on inside, but I feel like I fucking run the Tough Mudder, you know, or some marathon. Like, I really do feel like I've done some grueling shit, and now I'm squashed up into the treehouse at the bottom of the garden where the dogs just shat and it started raining, talking serious, you know, as if I know anything. And it just, again, it makes me see it all from above and just the hilarity and everything. But yeah, my family, there's been a few projections and a few triggers, and I've been a little bit more entangled than I ordinarily would have. Nothing seems to affect me for prolonged periods anymore. I seem to be sort of finding my feet. And I was thinking the other day, because my dad said to me, well, it's not like you to break the rules or to follow the rules or something. He was being sarcastic because I got this parking fine and I forgot about it, and I was in his car, and so he got the fucking notification. And so, you know, he was telling me how irresponsible I was, and I just, you know, I'm just like, go away sometimes, people, you know. It's this boxed, labelling, cubed consciousness that does try and entrap you and ensnare you. And when you're a circle or a spiral, you know, and you're not confined by those laws, it rubs people up the wrong way. And yeah, sometimes, I was thinking to myself when he said that, you know, I don't follow the rules. It was like, I follow the law, but I don't follow the rules. And that's where the space is, you know, in between, for your consciousness to be in a more playful place. Anyway, I noticed that normal adults, you know, say I'm in the supermarket with my kids, or I get this a lot at school, like there's nice enough people at school, but, you know, I can't deeply or surface level chat with anyone. So, you know, I'm nice and friendly, but usually I'll just go and stand on my own. But I notice that there seems to be shock sometimes, you know, disapproval on the looks of people's faces at my freedom, I think, sometimes, and you know, a bit like, I feel like sometimes people view me as like a grown-up baby, or, you know, just like, what is this sometimes, you know, because I'm not quiet in doctor's surgeries, or we have a laugh, you know, me and the kids, and the kid's dad, he's the same. It's like we're all full of life, and I think sometimes people make you feel bad for that, you know, for that spark sometimes. Yeah. So I'm aware of this at the moment, energetical, you know, subtle sort of projections, and then, you know, on the other end of the scale, pretty bloody obvious ones. But for me, it's all just helping me strengthen my own self, and to have that unwavering faith in my own beliefs, and just, you know, not to be affected, and not to feel the need to pour myself onto other. That's what these videos are for, you know. Yeah. Funny old place, life, innit? Chuffing hell. Right, I'm gonna get off now. Happy Thursday, bye.